Thanks for listening to the Good Enough Wellness Podcast.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Emily.
And we're passionate about holistic wellness that real people with real lives can achieve.
We see you out there striving for perfection, but we want you to know that good enough can be good enough.
Before we get started, everything we talk about in this show is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always talk to your healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, lifestyle, medication, or supplements.
We're back, baby.
Yay! We made it.
Season 2.
Yep. We're doing it.
Doing the thing.
We literally just looked at each other and we're like, wow, not only did we put out a full season 1, but we came back.
We're back again.
Season 2.
This is what we chose to do with our free will.
Yeah, we didn't give up.
We didn't. I'm really proud of us. This episode is just a quick summer recap for you guys. We missed you. And we just want to talk a little bit about what we've been up to this summer and how this season 2 is going to look. Because we've got some different stuff in store this year.
Yeah. So we wanted to catch you up on what we've been nerding out about over the summer and what's been good over the summer. And then at the end, we'll just kind of let you guys know what's going on. And then we'll see you next week.
I know. So crazy.
Isn't that crazy? So I guess I'll go with one of my nerding out things first. The first thing that I really nerded out about after we ended season 1 was cottage gardens.
I love it.
I checked out 4 books from the library about cottage gardens, and I do not have any cottage gardens at my house because we're under a lot of construction, and I just that's not something I was planning to spend my time on, but I still wanted to just look at it. So I did.
They're so lovely.
And I did a little bit of dreaming in my head of eventually I'd like to do this and do that. And it did lead me to letting go of some of my inhibitions about some things. Because I was oh, it's not going to be exactly what I want, so I'm not going to even try kind of thing. And there's some gardening, some flower plots that are already there that I just haven't been taking care of because I didn't put them there and I didn't love them. So I was well, I'm just not gonna even bother with it because it's not mine. And then I was no, if I want a cottage garden, I have to be willing to garden whether it's a plant I put there or not. So it kind of inspired me to start taking care of the stuff that's already there.
I love that. What a life lesson.
Yeah, for real. I feel that's been a theme of my year, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Is this our 30s? Gardens and life lessons?
Yeah.
I know it. I'm here for it.
Sad but true.
Not sad. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Are we trading off, or are you just going to go through your nerding out list and I can go through mine?
Let's trade off.
Okay. Mine's shorter than yours. We tried a new curriculum this year. At the end of last year, I feel we just pulled ourselves across the finish line by our bootstraps, and I didn't love it. So I just started really asking the Lord, show me. I need a new vision. I need a new, we need something new that's going to work better for us, for our lifestyle, for my kids' learning styles. And wouldn't you know it, he totally showed us new stuff, and that's super exciting. I don't know if I'm ready to plug it just yet. We're on week 4.
Yeah.
We started nice and early and have taken lots of time off. But I'd say we're a month in and I don't hate it. And that feels like a really good upgrade from last year.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for what this new school year brings. There's a lot less tears this year already.
That's good.
Including from me.
Yeah. The next thing that I nerded out about a lot, and this is something I'm still currently nerding out about, is stress. And realizing that the common way to think about stress is actually
stressful.
Yes. And so I've been really thinking about it. You guys know I go to therapy, and I was I feel kind of stuck in this mindset of I don't know how to get over the hump. And one morning I was sitting out watching the sunrise, because that's something I think both Emily and I have been trying to do more of, is get morning sunlight. And so I was sitting outside in my chair watching the sunrise, and just thinking and talking to God, and I felt like he said to me, you can either let this make you a better person or a worse person. You can either let this make you more Christ-like or less Christ-like. And I went, oh, okay. And so it kind of got me thinking about like how our mindset about the stress we're encountering can change how we react to that stress and if it makes us better or worse. And then it reminded me that I had a book on my shelf called The Upside of Stress by Kelly McGonigal. And it is literally about how the way you think about stress changes how it affects you. So I won't go into all of it now, but suffice it to say, it has really been changing the way that I have been processing stress, for sure.
Yeah, you definitely started a whole conversation in our entire friend group about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been really like nerding out about that a lot. And like every time someone has a problem, I'm like, do you want this to make you a better person or a worse person? And I'm that annoying friend. I really am.
How annoying. I've also been doing a lot about not stress necessarily, although I am now, thanks to you.
Yeah.
So I want to be a better person.
I guess.
But I've been big on circadian rhythm and being mindful about artificial light this year. I have some goals for this winter that I'm like, I think it really hinges around being mindful and being intentional about how we're using technology, which is great. But I think it's really done a number on us biologically speaking. So
yeah, for sure.
It's been a lot of, trying to get up with the sun. I'm not great at it, but I try. And then being mindful about evening light. We've even swapped out some of our like LEDs for like a gentler, not even just an incandescent, but like a yellow incandescent, like something that's going to like mimic the sunset and stuff. Does that mean that I'm really good about putting my phone away? And no, it's not. I wish I could tell you I'm like this circadian rhythm queen, but I'm really just limping along right now. But that's okay. We're doing baby steps, and you know what? Like being mindful of it and like knowing that it's an issue and like making steps towards it, I think is way better than just being like, la la la, this isn't a problem.
Right. Yeah. And I just wanted to make a note about like the getting up with the sun. I always try to tell people this because they're like, oh, I can't get up with the sun. It's like, well, getting morning sunlight is the important part. So like getting sunlight shortly after you wake up is more important than literally getting up with the sun.
Right.
So
that's true.
I just take that pressure off of everybody, including us.
Yes.
We do not have to wake up with the sun.
It does take a lot of the pressure off.
My next thing was cozy minimalism. This is a more recent one. Again, I checked out like 3 books from the library, all from the same author. Her name is Michael Smith, and she is if you go on Instagram, she is the Nester, and like I think she has a website and stuff too, but her entire platform is about cozy minimalism. So you've seen the minimalist stuff where it's like big wide open spaces and no artwork and no knickknacks and nothing. It's
very
kind of like bare
doctor's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all about cozy minimalism. So taking that same clear, clutter-free feeling, but adding in decor.
Yeah.
And like decorations and home stuff and mementos that are important to your family, and the blend of those two things is really like speaking to me because I'm in a phase where I don't love my home, but I want to love my home, and this feels like a good way to kind of get there.
Yeah, it's a way to love your space, like literally like the act of loving it. Like, and I think when you work on loving your space, you really helping you love yourself too. And I love that.
And part of it is like making it my own because it's my in-laws' old home. And so it's like part of it feels strange to be changing it.
Mm-hmm.
And we also live with another family. And so it feels like I have to share some of that stuff. And that can be like very discouraging sometimes.
It's
for
a
me.
tricky thing for sure. it's always interesting to me. So we record at your sister, our brother-in-law's house, and they have a beautiful home. But just the difference between them being two grown adults living here, who pick up after themselves and like take care of things, and everything's a group effort. And then you and I both live with a lot of people.
Yes.
Some
small children.
So it's always interesting to me. And like, I have to always, every time we come here, it's like, first of all, it's so relaxing. And second of all, like, I have to kind of talk to myself and be like, there are two grown adults who love tidy spaces that live here. It's not going to feel the same.
Nope.
Two cats are not the same as two children leaving toys everywhere. It's just not the same. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's funny that minimalism made your list because it made my list too. Back in the day, we were like, I'm not even going to say hardcore minimalist, but like I was pursuing minimalism a lot harder. Back in the day, I had a bunch of small children and I was overwhelmed, honestly. So I was really like, back in the day, let's see if like Ali Kazaza or like those kind of people like ring a bell from like, 2015, 2017, like that era. I've let go of a lot of that, not because I'm like, oh, actually I love clutter, but just like life. I've had several babies since then, and like, you really got to prioritize when you're doing that. But, we come into a season where like our kids are only getting bigger. There's only more of them. It's like, oh, like we lost our way a little bit as far as like prioritizing what belongs in our house and what doesn't. And in an effort to like, we have a lot of house projects that need to happen this year. And in order to like do them, you need like clear spaces to like actually knock down walls. Like it's a whole thing. So kind of just bringing back a lot of those like minimalist principles and stuff to help us like clear away some of the like clutter, especially when it comes to kids. And it's funny because I just had a conversation with my kids. We have this marble track. It's very cool. Like I've always wanted my kids to have a marble track. We picked one up at our homeschool swap, probably 2 years ago. And I said to them, I was like, our homeschool swap is coming up again. What do you guys think about putting the marble track back in the swap? Not because we can't ever have a marble track again, but because it's like we borrowed it for a little bit and now let's give it to somebody else who can enjoy it. And you know what? When the toddler's bigger and he's more interested in that stuff, we can put on his Christmas list. Maybe we'll be at the swap again. Like just because we get rid of this thing doesn't mean we'll never have one again in our entire lives.
Yeah.
And kind of helping my kids let go of some of the anxiety that goes with that.
Right.
It's a tricky thing. I think it's tricky for adults, but like I think even more so for kids who like don't have their own income to just like, well, if I really wanted it, I could just go get it.
Yeah, and I think that's such a wise perspective. Like a lot of parents don't see their kids that way. They just see it as like their home and kind of like their stuff, even it belongs to their kids.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate that you guys consider the feelings of your children, and like they don't have the income. They can't run out and buy another one if they get rid of it and decide they didn't want to.
Yeah, it is a tricky spot to be in. Like I definitely remember that feeling, so I try to be mindful of it.
And then my last one is more of a concept and a thought rather than an actual topic, and that's, are we really meant to know every little thing about ourselves? And like, how crazy is it that we can measure every little hormone in our bodies? Like, it's so bizarre to me that only 100 years ago, I mean, even less than that, the average person would have to go through extensive testing and go to multiple doctor's appointments to know something that I can get on my phone after peeing on a stick 15 minutes ago.
That's wild.
And it just like, I'm thinking a lot about how that constant input of data and knowledge and the trying to suss out what it means is contributing to the overall anxiety of everybody, but particularly me. And it's like, I wonder why I'm so stressed about my health. Well, maybe it's because I am constantly inundated with data and numbers, and I'm no longer a whole person. I am a sheet of numbers.
Yeah.
And I just don't think we're meant to know all this about ourselves.
I think about this a lot. And I think like having all of this data at our fingertips, it gives us this false sense of like knowledge.
Yeah.
We don't even know for sure if we've identified all the hormones in our body.
And if you want to like consider all the interactions they have with other hormones, vitamins, minerals, macronutrients, literally everything, there's no way we can actually know the full picture.
Yeah.
So it's giving us a false sense of knowledge.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And an overwhelming urge to control things that we have no control over.
Or like we don't, you see your numbers go one way. You don't really know why that is. Like you could assume it's because you ate an apple yesterday, or it could be from something that happened months ago.
Yeah.
And you just have no idea.
Right.
We're making these like
insane
educated shots in the dark.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And so it's been shaping a lot of the way that I've been practicing in my own life, but also like how I am practicing in my practice, where it's like I don't want people to feel like they're just a number. I don't want them to feel like we have to break them down into data points. I want them to feel like they're a whole person. And sure, some data can be helpful as a jumping off point to like get some movement, but we're not going to chase numbers. We're just not.
Yeah, that's so wise. What a relief, I think, for your clients too, to be like, oh, I'm a person here.
Right.
I love
that's
that.
What I hope anyway.
So we've had a really fun summer. It's been busy. And when we first started talking about how we wanted to like approach our season 2, you were like, hey, let's do a list of like what we've been nerding out about and like what's good. And I stared at you and I said, what have I done all summer? I don't remember.
A lot of the same things, which is great. But a lot of just like really chill stuff, which is super great.
I think that was the goal this year.
Yeah.
So it looks like you have a list. Do you want to just like
I'll just
go
like
down
through it
and say if you want to like pause anything, that's totally cool.
So my first thing was getting over myself. That was
I love this.
That was tied in with the stress piece in the nerding out about. Like a lot of the revelation about stress and how it affects us was getting over myself and being like, you know what? I don't have to be right. I don't have to, which is a really hard thing for me to admit, a really hard thing. But I can get over myself and let it make me a better person instead of refusing to budge and becoming a worse person. And then the other thing that was good is I actually went and got a yoni steam, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
And I definitely am going to do it again at home because it was actually really easy, and I was glad I got it done professionally just to see what it was like.
Yeah, for sure.
And now I'm like, I want to do this because it was a lot of fun. And it was like a great opportunity it's like meditation, like a physical, tangible meditation, I guess, because you kind of like have to sit still.
Right, it's begging you to pause.
Doing something.
Yeah.
But it's not doing something, you know? You're still sitting, but it's very intentional. And then learning to love the things that I have. And this was a revelation I had just a few weeks ago when I've been all summer long just like, I wish we had a pool because it would be so nice just to go out and float in the pool. And then I was like, I'm so stupid. I have a beautiful creek in my backyard. It has deep enough spots for me to float that are still shallow enough that if I flip off of it, I'm not going to drown. Because I cannot swim. I can barely float if I'm working very hard at it. So like I could take a pool floaty down there and not worry about dying. And it's very relaxing. And it's like in nature. So it's like even more relaxing than in my backyard where there's traffic and my in-laws. I love them, but I'm not sure I want them like watching me float around on a pool floaty. So
this is such a side tangent, but I just my husband's trying to like justify to me like our entire marriage why he can't float and I can. And here there's like a genetic, it's a defect, but it's not really a defect, where your bones are like super dense and they actually cause you to be like not buoyant.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I have to work to float. Like it is not fun for me.
Yeah. That's wild to me. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense if maybe you guys have this because like,
Yeah.
you know, your brother, he's done scads of sketchy things and he's never broken a bone for reals. And
Yeah,
that's
me
absurd.
neither.
It's crazy that he hasn't broken a bone.
That is true.
And I'm like, I wonder if you guys have that.
It could
Because
be.
it's genetic. It'd be passed down.
Yeah, there's other people in like our family, not just like our immediate family, like my mom's cousin. She like is like an athlete and does all kinds of stuff, cannot float.
It's wild to me. I don't understand. Anyways.
Yeah, that was fun. The next thing was a book called The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. This was a delight. It's like a fantasy, sci-fi, magical realism, mystery. And it just like from beginning to end, you're like trying to guess what's going on because it's wild. And there were points where I listened to it on audiobook. There were points where I'm like, I had to pause it and be like, I can't wrap my head around this because it's just so twisty. And it was very good. Morning sunlight. We touched on this and like circadian rhythm and stuff. I have been trying my darndest. I've not been perfect at it, but that's okay. Going out first thing when I wake up and grabbing my chair and I sit out and I watch the sunrise wherever it may be in its path, and I take some time to calm down and take a deep breath, and it kind of helps set my mind for the whole day. Like I have time, and my favorite thing that I've been saying is I have been wishing for this my whole life because I spent a lot of my life wishing that I lived in the country and I could wake up after the sun was up because my old job, I was at work when the sun came up and it was life draining, and I'm like, I've been wishing my whole adult life for this. So it kind of just helps get my mind right. The next thing is campfires. The nights have been chilly the last couple weeks, and we've been doing some campfires and having friends over just randomly, and that has been so lovely, and I don't know why we don't do more campfires.
Yeah, seriously. We like never do them at our house,
Yeah,
and
like,
that's
they're
ridiculous.
so easy and simple, and they're so fun. And then the last one is having capacity for abundance. I've been thinking a lot about this with my new job and how I feel like I'm busier than ever, even though I'm working less, it feels like. And it's because the capacity that I have, because I'm not doing a life-draining job, has been like, it's been giving me a capacity for more and more and more life-giving things. So it's like, even though I'm busy, I feel
fulfilled,
way more fulfilled now. So
I love that.
That's been good too.
That's awesome. So my list of things is not long, but we've been doing a lot of camping and swimming and creeking this summer, and we went through like a lot of stressful job situations in the last few years, and this would be our first full summer. My husband at like his good job with his good hours, with his good benefits that he loves, and it gave us the capacity to, you know, do all the things that we love to do that we used to do, you know, every weekend, sometimes every night when we had just like little kids. And then we kind of got out of it as like, you know, work and life got more stressful. So it felt so good to be like in the water again and like camping. And we did a camping trip. We're getting ready to do another camping trip with, we were able to extend our friend group and have like even a bigger, like made family. And that feels really good, and stuff that, you know, again, we've been, you know, looking for our entire lives, and it's taken this long to like get there. So like pausing to feel like such gratitude in that. And kind of to go with our all the camping we've been doing, we've been making the drive every week to get fresh spring water from like natural springs, or like sometimes they're called artisan wells or whatever. We are so lucky to have like, there's 3 that I can think of within, you know, an hour and a half drive. And we've been drinking spring water almost exclusively if we can help it. And it's so good. Like you should like Google spring water near me and it'll come up. I don't remember what the exact website is, but it's like findaspring.com or
findaspring.org.
.net or something. Like it's been around a long time, and give it a try. It's like this pipe that comes out of the side of a hill alongside the road, and that water will be the best water you've ever had in your entire life.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of constantly on this quest of like, I don't love that, like, you know, we always say like, oh, sometimes supplements are necessary because, you know, everything's depleted. You know, it's not depleted. Spring water. Spring water has all of those minerals and stuff, and it's free. So
yeah, that's the big thing.
Big thing when you have a big family, you're trying to get everybody to be mineralized and everything. And I love exposing my kids to stuff that like, I can tell them like, oh, we're going to drive and get this water because I think it's better. And they're like, oh, okay. And my oldest is just like, this water is so easy to drink.
Yes.
He's a big water drinker.
I don't love water, and spring water is easy to drink.
It's so easy. It goes down so easy. Like if you're trying to hit water goals for whatever reason, found you some spring water because so good.
Uh-huh.
Also, probably some of my biggest news is I have a teenager. And that's
Crazy.
weird because I think I might still be one, and I'm really confused about it. I know like that's kind of been a trend lately of people being like, you know, it's going to be this year, but that doesn't make sense because that only makes me like 21. And it's like, I mean, I don't say that to be cute. I mean that as like, I don't know, I still feel young. I don't know.
Which is good, I think.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who let me be in charge of all these kids? I don't know. But he's super awesome, and we love him a lot. And he rides. I'm not gonna say he can outride them yet, but he can keep up with the big boys as far as you know, riding his dirt bike and mountain biking. He just did his first race last Tuesday, and he did awesome. He rode it by himself, so like, you know, just that confidence of like, you know, doing something new, and he did so good. So I don't know, I just want to gush about him for a minute.
That's awesome.
And something that didn't make my list but probably should have is my husband. He's good. I'm good. I'm glad we're married.
Yes.
So that's kind of a wrap up of our, I'm sure there's lots more that we didn't mention, but we don't want to be here all day, and you don't want to be here all day listening to us just prattle on about nonsense. So we wanted to talk a little bit about a new segment we have. You know, we've always done the what are we nerding out about, and that's been super fun, but sometimes it's exhausting.
It's hard to nerd out about something new every week.
We are nerds. We do nerd out, but sometimes the nerding out is like, I made a to-do list today.
Yeah. Or it's like I'm nerding out about something for a long time.
Yeah, it's the same thing that has been for the last 3 weeks. So it can be difficult, especially a little behind the scenes look. We batch record sometimes because it's hard to carve out time to get together and do the things. So we're going to try a new segment, and I think this is just a working title. We'll find out in a little bit if it's what we chose, but we're going to call it Let Us De-Influence You. And it kind of stems from this idea of everything's a product, everything's for sale, everything is bigger and better and new, and if you spend enough money, you'll have all this health. And it's like, in this economy, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And the stuff that we're going to talk about, it's not bad stuff. Like a lot of the stuff we may even have, but it's more like, if you need to get back to basics, if you want to start from scratch, if you want to be a little more minimalist about it, if your budget does not allow, you don't need this stuff, and we're going to tell you why.
Yeah. You don't need this to be healthy.
No.
You don't need this to be good. You don't need it. You just don't need it.
Sometimes they're just fun tools or little shortcuts, but I'm excited to kind of get into this because I have a feeling that there are areas that I could be de-influenced in for sure.
Yes. Let us de-influence ourselves.
Honestly,
in some of this.
Isn't that this entire podcast though?
Yeah.
Let us give ourselves a message.
Yeah.
Kind of along those same lines, we are attempting a shorter format podcast. We want things to be a little more practical, a little more like, how can you apply this to your life right now? For a couple of reasons. One, That's what we need right now. We're in busy seasons. You're busy with your business. You're baking like crazy for your daily serving. And also, I am pregnant, and I know we're super excited. We have a baby due in February. It's February, but I'm considering telling people March because I don't want to be asked when the baby's due.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Babies are born on their birthdays. Anyways, so we are both stretched thin. And on top of that, in our immediate friend group, there's 2 people I can think of who are pregnant. We got more babies due in the winter. And then like you go just outside a friend group and there's more babies due. There are babies everywhere.
Yeah. I have, among my friends and immediate and family, I have 4. And I have 1 in December, 1 in January, 1 in February, 1 in March.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yep.
I really would like to be there for those people.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to add the podcast in there can be tricky, especially when one of those people is my co-host. And one of those people is the person whose home we record in.
Yes.
So we don't want to be...
Can you keep the baby down? We're trying to record down here.
Yeah, we don't want to be inconsiderate.
Yes. So we're also going to pull the season short too.
Yes.
So you get us all the way up until
the end of December.
And then we're going to sign off season 2 and
we'll
Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We'll see you for season 3 next fall. But
yeah,
listen, that's a long ways away and a lot of night feedings away. So we will see.
Yes. We make no promises.
Yes. So something you could do, I would love to hear if you go to our Instagram, or do we have comments on any of the platforms we're on?
Yeah, you can comment on Spotify, YouTube. I'm sure I've not been on Apple Podcasts in a really long time, so you might be able to there. I'm not sure.
Wherever you're at, whatever's convenient, let us know if you are also pregnant and leave us a due date, because we want to know if we're due date buddies, and we also want to know, who else we can be praying for as they're going through this fall and winter. So
yeah,
let us know. We're very excited. You've been listening to the Good Enough Wellness Podcast.
To learn more about my one-on-one packages, join my mailing list and follow me on Instagram at Kayla King Wellness.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Good Enough Wellness Podcast feed wherever you listen to podcasts. You don't want to miss an episode.
Follow us on Instagram at Good Enough Wellness Podcast to learn about upcoming episodes and join our free Patreon to interact with the Good Enough community.
The Good Enough Wellness Podcast, because good enough can be good enough.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Me too.